Hey guys, Man97 here, and today I am bringing a new video to you guys. First of all, I want to apologise that episode 15 of the Ruby Sapphire Versus is not up yet. Travis has been having some problems with his computer, with it constantly shutting down on itself and not rendering properly, so he hasn't been able to get me his gameplay yet. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of the week, but no promises. I can't guarantee anything, but what I can guarantee is when I do get the gameplay, I will make sure that there's a double upload, full John Scarce mode to try and make up for any of the missing episodes, and after that it should be right back on schedule. Secondly, I want to personally thank a good friend of mine, Digitalry. I'm sorry if I messed up your name, I always just call you Digi, you know who you are, but this legend of a guy has been the creator of my new thumbnails for the Versus episodes, as well as contributing to some future projects which you guys will see hopefully in the coming months, I'm gonna say. So I'll have a link to his Twitter in the description. I would link his YouTube channel, but he doesn't exactly have any videos up yet. But you can find that also on his Twitter page, and it will also be in the description of all Versus episodes from now on, so be sure to go check him out. And now onto the actual reason behind this video, is that recently I got tagged in this new YouTube PokeTuber trend called the My Pokemon Team tag. It was created by Hoodlums Crafty, so be sure to go check out his channel, where once again that'll be a link in the description to the video that he made to try and start this trend. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So for those who don't already know after watching Hoodlum's video, this tag consists of 4 main questions. Those are, what would your trainer class be? How many Pokemon would you have on your team? Why did you choose the number of Pokemon you chose? And the most important question of all, which Pokemon are on your team and why? To begin with question 1, I personally think that my trainer class would be a guitarist, for the simple reason of I play and enjoy playing guitar in real life, which most of you probably would already know if you've seen any of my Rocksmith videos, but there have probably been some new viewers who've only come along since I've started making the Pokemon videos, in which case you should definitely go check out some of those older videos of mine. Some of my favourite Pokemon are also electric types, which is a bonus because guitarists in-game typically use only electric types. As for questions 2 and 3, I'm just going to get them out of the way in one go, and say that I would have a full team of 6 Pokemon because, well, it seems kind of pointless to not have a full team on you at all times if you can. I mean, after all, you always gotta have a HM slave with you at all times if you want to get around in the Pokemon world. I mean, I don't know who wouldn't, but I guess maybe someone just really loves Youngster Joey and would go around with one top percentage Rattata. As for question 4, because of the question being so in-depth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go through each team member one at a time, breaking down my reasons why. So that way we get everything done all up in one nice swoop, so better get your popcorn, get your drinks, and get ready for a nice long section here. The first Pokemon I would have on my team would have to be Latios. For the longest time now, Latios has always been my favourite Pokemon for quite a lot of reasons. I love its design, being the sleek blue and grey dragon that flies at the speed of a jet. It has really unique typing in-game, being Dragon Psychic. I believe the only other Pokemon that actually has this typing is its female counterpart, Latias. And one thing in particular was I loved how in the movie, the Heroes movie, Latios gave everything, including his life, just to save his friends and the city that it grew up with and loved. And that sacrifice always made me love Latios, from when I was a child watching this movie up until this very day. My second Pokemon choice would have to be Kadabra. Now some of you may be wondering, why Kadabra and not Alakazam? Well, There's a funny reason to that, which is what I'm going to get into, and it's part of the... well, it's the main reason why I chose Kadabra on this list, and it really pays homage back to my earliest times playing Pokemon. The first game I ever played was Diamond. Yes, I started at Gen 4, hate all you want, but that's just where I started playing. Back then, I was 10 years old, and all I wanted to do was just play Pokemon and nothing else, and I would spend all of my time, from the moment I got home from school to the moment I had dinner, just playing Pokemon Diamond. And after, it took me about 20 hours, I think, to get up to the end of, like from the start of the game to the end of the Team Galactic base, where stupid me didn't really pay much attention to what they were saying, especially during the Galactic base part. So this leads on to the funny part of the story. As a result of me not listening, I had no idea where to go. So 10-year-old me thought it would be a good idea to just spend another 50 hours of in-game time just wandering the Sinnoh region, trying to find where I had to go next. I probably spent about 20 hours of it trying to get to Sunyshore City, not knowing how to stop the blackout. And as a result, once I finally was told that I had to climb Mount Coronet, I had just spent all the time training one Pokemon. This Pokemon was the only Pokemon on my team who was not fully evolved at the time. And I just kept on power leveling it over and over in hopes that one day it would eventually evolve into its final form. And this Pokemon was Kadabra. So I guess since it was my first ever legitimate level 100, and after all the torture it put me through, it's really earned a soft part in my heart, and my memories of it will be very much mixed, but they're good memories nonetheless. My third Pokemon on my team would definitely be Milotic. Much like Kadabra, when I was 10 years old playing Pokemon Diamond, I struggled to get a Feebas to evolve into Milotic. Not because of trade, but because back then it was still, you had to have max beauty on a Milotic and then level it up for it to evolve. But since I have a lot more reasons to like Milotic instead of Feebas, I had to choose the Majestic Water Snake. I personally think Milotic is one of the best Pokemon in the game. It can be bulky, it can do tons of damage, and most of all, if I was in the Pokemon world, Milotic would be my main surfing Pokemon. Since, well, most places in the Pokemon world at some point will need a surfing Pokemon to progress. I also use Milotic in my VGC teams, and it has actually single-handedly carried me to victories against, like, double legendaries. Most recently I had a battle where I was down to simply my Milotic, and I was able to stall out a Kyogre and Groudon through just toxic stalling and recovering over and over again. My fourth Pokemon would have to be an Electros. Ever since I saw its design back when Black and White were released, I knew I had to have one on my team. The fact that it gets access to Levitate just adds to the reasons why Electros is such a great Pokemon. Plus, on top of that, it can be both a physical attacker, getting moves such as Wild Charge and Flame Charge, or it can be a special attacker with moves such as Thunderbolt, Thunder, Shockwave, and Discharge. So, while it only really learns electric type moves, at least it has enough variety that you can trick people up in-game. So yeah, not really much else to it, but yeah, go Electros! Number 5 Pokemon on my team would be the currently unreleased 7th gen Pokemon Charjabug. The two reasons I chose this Pokemon are, first, it's an electric type, which would honestly be a perfect fit for my guitarist persona, and secondly, it's effectively an infinitely recharging external battery. I mean, somehow you gotta get power to a amplifier if you're a guitarist playing in the Pokemon world, and what better way than to have the infinite recharging battery that is Charjabug. Not to mention, one day it could very well evolve into the new Pokemon Vikavolt, whose design screams to me, I need this on my Sun and Moon team now! And last but not least, would be the amazing, the spectacular, the glorious wonder of the world that every Pokemon one day aspires to be. Our Lord and Saviour himself, the one, the only, Bidoof. Now, before you all go grabbing your pitchforks and getting ready to burn me at the stake, let me explain my reasoning. Bidoof is actually one of the best HM slaves that anyone could get. Like seriously, this little guy right here can learn, I'm pretty sure, 5 of the 8 HM moves in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. That's just insane, the fact that a Pokemon you can literally find in the first 2 routes at level 2 can learn all of these moves that will help you get through the entirety of the game. And if you catch a Bidoof today, you can help make the life of Bidoof that much better than the terrible fate that awaits it staying in the tall grasses of routes 201 and 202. You can help stop a Bidoof from having a life filled with being discriminated against, being hated and ignored by all aspiring trainers simply because it looks like a steaming pile of crap. You can make a difference. Catch a Bidoof today and add it to your team and help stop Bidoof bullying. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and who knows, maybe I'll make more of these types of videos in the future. But I guess I should probably tag some people now to do this challenge. I'd like to tag Travanator, Dr. Scottnik, and Review the One to do this challenge themselves. I'll have a link to Hoodlum Scrafty's video in the description, as I said before, which has all the questions and all the information you need to make a video of this. And yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!